Ryobi just released 3 new stick vacuums, and we're gonna compare all of them, and I'm gonna show you a feature that you don't even get in a Shark for the same amount of money. Until a couple of weeks ago, I didn't even know that Ryobi made vacuums, but they reached out to me and offered to send me these 3 for testing. So they've got no preconditions, no script. So let's start with an overview of each of them. This is the 18 volt 1+ HP high capacity stick vacuum. This starts at $249 or $279 with a battery kit, and I'll explain what that is in just a moment because that is actually important. This is their entry-level stick vacuum, and it comes with a 10-inch head. You can see it has a dual brush roll design. You've got a fluffy roller here, and then you've got another roller back here, which has a row of bristles that is kind of firm, and then you've got these rubber pieces here to sweep away larger pieces of dirt. And there's a cool trick, I'll show you that in just a second. It's got a 1-liter capacity canister, pretty easy to empty out, and you've got a filtration system, looks like this, and there is a difference between this and the next one up. I'll explain that in just a second. The battery snaps in really easily like this. It's just over 10 pounds with a battery, and in terms of cordless vacuums, it's pretty much in the middle. Next up, they've got the 18 volt 1 HP Advanced. This is a little bit more expensive. This is $329 and $379 with the kit. This is their quietest vacuum, and they say it has 60% more suction than their existing model. Now, some of the differences between the last model I showed you and this one is that you get more accessories. So you get a classic crevice tool, you get a dusting brush, you get a furniture or pet hair tool, and then you get something that I've actually never seen before in any vacuum, and you get this little hair detangling tool as well. Next up is this 18 volt 1+ HP SwiftClean vacuum. This is a wet dry vacuum. This is gonna retail for $329 or $379 with the battery kit. Like their other vacuums, this has a 10-inch cleaning head, although this is designed to work with wet messes as well as dry messes. They say this is good with big spills. We're gonna test that out, of course. You got a clean water tank in the back, you got a dirty water tank in the front, you get a filter, 2 filters, and you also get 2 of these rollers. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, this kind of looks familiar, and yes, if you walked into a Home Depot in the last decade or more, you've probably seen a lot of yellow tools that are Ryobi. So these are manufactured by a company called TTI, and they have a partnership with Home Depot. And because you see them everywhere, they've actually got over 300 tools. And this is one of the things that gives them an advantage, I think, over some of the competition. And it's this, it is this 1+ battery system. You can use these batteries in all of their tools, over 300 tools right now, and they come in different capacities. And so you can buy each of these models either with the kit, and the kit includes a 4 amp hour battery and the charger. And in the case of the Advanced, you get this charging dock where you slip the vacuum in here, you can charge it up, you mount this on your wall, and then you can also put your different attachments right into these holders over here. So that is what you get with the price difference. So with the kit, with the high capacity and the wet dry vac, you get the charger and the battery. Let's start with the high capacity model. It has pretty simple controls. You've got an on-off switch, and then you've got these buttons here which tell you how much suction you're gonna get. You get 3 different power levels, and then you can turn the brush roll on or off. Let's see how it does on cereal. No problem at all. Let's do a mix of sand and cereal. This is on the lowest setting. It does an absolutely great job on sand and cereal. Next, let's see how well it does with the anti-wrap technology, which is supposed to keep the hair from getting tangled up in the rollers. I'm actually gonna measure out some 9-inch hair, which is the length they say is the maximum that it'll do without getting tangled up with their anti-wrap technology. I'd say, yeah, that's a win. Next, I sprinkled a bunch of sand, crunched up cereal, and some pet hair. All right, we got a little bit of pet hair stuck on here, but the longer hair is pretty much taken care of. The furniture tool is powered by the electric motor, and it does a solid job on vacuuming up pet hair from couches, sofas, and other furniture. But now let's talk about the differences between the high capacity and the Advanced. And one of the main differences is that the high capacity is an all-in-one unit. That's pretty much it. With the Advanced, you get a stick style vacuum, so you can take this out, you can use the wand, and with the wand, you can use it to get up to ceilings. think I found a spider.
The tools that you get are this dusting brush tool, a crevice tool, and this very interesting stick tool. I think this might be really good in your car. We're going to try that in a second.
Next, we decided to test it on stairs. I look for articulation at the base, and I also look for weight. This weighs around 10 pounds. It's definitely not as easy as my Dyson, but it's still pretty decent.
And what I want to know is, what is the suction like on this? How does it compare to other vacuums?
So we tested it and we found that it had a maximum of about 23 kilopascals, which puts it right in line with the other competitors at the same price point.
I want to know what's up with this crazy straw kind of attachment. I think this might be good for using in your car. Not the right tool for a couch, but I think this is going to be really good inside the console of your vehicle. Now, both of these vacuums have a cyclonic filtration system, but the Advanced goes one step further. The Advanced has got a HEPA filter. This is going to be able to filter down dust and dander and fine particles down to about 0.3 microns. Now, if you've seen my channel before, you know I am a big proponent of clean air and good filtration. So I think in my mind, I would go for the Advanced personally, because I always want a HEPA filter. I always want to keep my air clean, and I've got cats galore here, and there is dust and dander everywhere. That's just my choice. Now, the head design is pretty much identical on both of these, so let's get vacuuming, and then I'm going to show you the thing that Shark vacuums don't have at this price point. When you buy a Shark vacuum or a lot of other vacuums at the $200 to $300 price point, they don't give you this feature, which I think is really important and actually really helps with reliability. And here it is. It is super easy to get the brush rolls out. You just flip that little clip and pop it out like this, and you can clean it quickly as you want. Same with the bottom one too. And there's basically nothing in here, no encumbrances here. This should be very, very easy to service, and you shouldn't get any tangles in here. It's just so simple. There's really not much to get messed up.
This does weigh about 12 pounds, which puts it at the edge of what I think is good for stairs. I definitely prefer my Dyson, but that's about $700. Now, let's take a look at how these two compare going under beds.
You can probably predict which one of these is going to do better under beds. They both do have LEDs on the light on the head. Well, look at that. I am surprised. But if you've got a lower height bed like that, you're going to have a bit of an issue. Easy.
In our smoke test, we're going to find out how well this canister seals in the smoke. Does it escape? Does it stay inside? It's a tough test. Not every vacuum passes it.
I say that's pretty average. A lot of vacuums in this price class do not have a sealed canister.
Let's try the same test with the Advanced. The canister is also not sealed, which again is fairly typical for stick vacuums at this price point.
Now let's look at the wet dry vac. So this is going to be the dirty water. The maximum we can go in here is here. And in the back, we're going to fill this up. Going to put this much water in and this much formula. And when you start out, they give you 1 bottle of this hard surface formula. This is supposed to be good for any kind of hard floor. The wet vac has a display. So once you turn it on, you can see the battery level, and it's also going to tell you how much water is in the tank and when the tank gets full.
Let's try it with a cat-friendly combination of crunchy cereal and milk.
So you can see the cat tried to vacuum up some of it too, but it actually captured everything pretty effectively in this tank. And you can see there's just a very light sheen on the floor, and that's going to dry in a couple of minutes. It comes with this base, but it's different than any other base I've seen with a wet dry vac, and it's either a positive or a negative depending on your perception. What's different about this base is that it doesn't plug into anything.
With most wet dry vacs, when you put them down on the base, they charge. This one doesn't, so that could be perceived as a negative. However,
because you've got the OnePlus battery system, you can charge this anywhere, and this doesn't need to be near an outlet. So you just plug the battery into the charger, and then you put the vacuum in here, and it does have a self-cleaning mode. Why are you so upset? Not clean enough? Let's fix that. We're gonna press the self-cleaning button. Let's see what happens. And when you want to empty this out, you've got this filter over here that you're going to rinse out under cold water, and then you can put that filter right over here to dry. You get 2 filters. And when you want to clean the brush roll, you just pop this cover off, flip this up, and the brush roll comes right out, and you can clean this under the sink. Now
Now, I've owned Ryobi tools actually for a number of years, and I didn't realize they made vacuums. I really do like their battery system. They seem to last a while, and I like the fact that you can interchange this battery with about 300 different products. And these vacuums do seem to be really well constructed. I would expect they're going to last a long time. Now, there's just two things that I want to mention. This is available at Home Depot, but if you purchase through my links, I will get a small affiliate commission that really helps out my channel. Also, there's another great video over here, and check out my TikTok. See you in the next one.